This is Tails. And do you know why they call him Tails?
Because of the extra tail?
That's right, but what if in every single mainline Sonic game, we could not use his tails? Well, how does he use them? You could use Tails' tails to fly. You could also use them to run. So naturally, we do have to avoid the full running motion for Tails. In some games, he may even have an attack ability, which he uses his tails. But the goal for this video is to not use any of those instances. We have to try to beat every mainline Sonic game without using Tails' tails. If we fail, we move on to the next game. So let's see which game we can go the longest without using Tails' tails. Here he is. This is Tails. And as you can see, he has 2 tails. So we have to find a way to not activate them. Just for context, if he, uses, basically goes into the full running motion, that will end the run for Sonic 1. So I think we can do a pretty good job of navigating through Green Hill. The reflexive urge to not use my flight ability is going to be tough, though, I will say. Even, for example, this could be a challenge right here. Like, we have to pick up enough speed to go through this loop-de-loop right here. So what I should do is pop a little spin dash, jump up, and there it is. Didn't have to use my tails. Furthermore, we're going to have to try to go down here. This could be a problem, but we're going to spin dash through and see if that helps. Oh my God. All right, I guess we move on to Sonic 2. All right, we got Sonic 2. This is Tails' home turf. Okay, this is his home turf. It's the game where it all started for this little fella right here. So I think we have like somewhat here. Let me get this off the screen so you guys can see better. I think we have somewhat of a home field advantage. I think what we should do realistically is try to stay in the lower portion of the map. This is where the low skilled players usually go, right? So if we stay low, we're probably not going to get into any opportunities to like pick up a lot of speed. But also I do get a little bit nervous though. I think that, like this spring right here could certainly launch him into catastrophe. So why don't we spin dash into it? And maybe try to find a different route. Ow. I hate these things, man. I hate you. Dead. Dead. Okay. All right. We're going to have to find a way to try to get up here. Yeah, there we go. I like that idea better. We just don't want to get like caught on a slope. That's going to be the one thing I'd like to prevent from happening. That's the one thing we got to prevent. Let's try to keep our platforming skills tight. You know what I mean? Even those springs. Oh, I almost got launched. Almost got launched right there. Let's keep hopping and skipping through. I think we'll be able to do Emerald Hill. I don't think we'll have a problem with this. I'm going to probably platform instead of go through that loop-de-loop. Dude, this is the worst Badnik probably ever made. Worst Badnik ever made. This spring could launch us into a situation where we use our tails, so let's hope it doesn't. Let's hope it doesn't. Yeah, it didn't. All right, awesome. All right, we can spin dash through and... yeah, first level's down in Sonic 2. Level 2. I think we'll get to at least Chemical Plant. I think that's a reasonable... I think that's a reasonable expectation. Right here, when you take these upper routes, you'll notice that like we got some downward slopes. So we just gotta be careful. As much as the upper path makes me feel nervous, I also feel like the lower path gives you no flexibility in case you run into like a speed trap. Well, maybe we'll try bobbing and weaving from the upper to the middle. All right, we're taking a spring. This could end our run. This could end our run. This could end our run. Nope. We're good. Okay, we're going down a slope. We're going on a slope. He's picking up speed. Momentum is not our friend here. We're going to go down. We're going to have to manage a spin dash, but he doesn't use his tails. Very good. And I think at this point, we're pretty much done with the level. Just have to take on the old Eggman. One last hit. 1, 2. Okay, maybe one more. And he did. All right, 2 levels down in Sonic 2. I know we won't be able to beat the game, but it'll be interesting to see if we can make it through Chemical Plant. All right, Chemical Plant. Here we go. Typically, when I play this level, I would zoom down the path. But I think I'm going to need to find ways. Yeah, he's not even fast enough to make it up the slope. We could jump up after a spin dash. That's a good method right there. There's some also like, some just straight up automated sections. Like for example, right here, we don't really have a choice. Let's stay in our spin dash. Yep. Okay. That was pretty risky to maintain the spin dash that long, but Tails is he's walking through the Chemical Plant. He's not as fast as Sonic. All right, so we are approaching a section with a spring. In order to get past this, I think what Tails should do is, obviously, we're going to have to pop a spin dash. Let's pop another one. Another one. Jump. Make sure we don't hit that spring right there. This thing right here probably could have ended our run, but now we can continue. Properly use our spin dashes. Oh my God. See? Oh, that was actually good. That was actually good. He almost used his tails right there. All right, let's pop another spin dash. I believe that this is going to get us Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Wow. I think if I make it through this level, we might be able to make it through the entire game. Oh, oh, right, we got level 2. So, again, lots of big slopes intended to show you what speed is about. For example, I believe this one right here might do it. Let's go down. Let's go down and see what happens. Ah, I could have... Okay, you know what? I think staying in the lower path is probably the better scenario anyways. Yeah, maybe there's a lot more vertical platforming, I think, in this version of the level, so I think we'll be okay. This thing could plop me into running motion, so we're going to have to jump over it. There we go. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Big slope, big slope. Stay in spin dash. Stay in spin dash. Yes, I thought that was going to definitely do it right there. Let's look down and see where it takes us, you know? All right, let's pop a spin dash. I think we got to deal with the consequences. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely. I mean, that's textbook right there. Guys, I think we're going to beat Chemical Plant. We do have this though. Maybe we can... Is there a way we can... Yeah, there we go. We don't even have to use the spring. Another spring over there, but I think if we... Is there a way to... Is the spring gonna... There we go. Nice. Nice. He doesn't even have to run in this game. This thing is the bane of Tails' existence. This is like his #1 enemy right here. Of course, we got to kill Eggman. This section can get a little tough, to be honest. It can get a little annoying. Dead. And... Yo. Listen, guys. 4 levels down. Chemical Plant has been defeated. This zone is nice because... this zone is specifically designed to punish bad players. This is actually one of my favorite Sonic 2 zones for sure. I think here we can safely spin dash because he's gonna have a slope right there. Yep, perfect. We're just gonna have to be very careful not to... Yeah, let's see. Yep, perfect. All right, I'm gonna do something risky and try to spin dash up here. Good thing I didn't land on a slope because that would have probably ended the run. Let's go up here. Jump down this hills because hills equals death. Let's use it. Let's use it to our advantage. Yep, there we go. You can actually control the speed of the spin dash. You can slow it down a little bit, so that actually works in our favor. But guys, it looks like 5 levels in Sonic 2 are down. The fastest classic Sonic game seems to be the one we're having the most success in. All right, we got Act 2. It's probably going to be a similar philosophy. Let's see if I can pick enough speed to get up here. Yeah, nice. Nice jump right there. So, I'm about to get hit. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I was hoping that was not going to drop me onto like some type of slope. We have a loop-de-loop that we have to hit because of my poor play. So let's do it. Let's pop the loop-de-loop. And nice. We were able to, lose our speed. We made it to yet another boss battle. So I think we're going to be able to complete the zone. And Eggman is dead. Oh, Casino Night Zone. It's been so long since I played this game. Oh my goodness. All right. We are working our way down. We got a slope here. Let's hit it. Hit the slope. Hit the slope. Okay, into another one. I feel kind of confident. Like, I feel like I think I just ran right there. If you blinked, you would have missed it. But according to the instant replay, for about 2 or 3 frames, Tails did the full running motion, and he uses Tails. So Sonic 2 is eliminated. I really thought we were going to make it this time. Alrighty, we got Sonic CD, a game where Tails, technically wasn't even in the mix. We're like time traveling. We're almost rewriting or retconning the timeline ourselves. I think what we're going to want to do is spin dash up this so he doesn't use his tails, right? And then we're going to hopefully not land in a slope. Good. Oh, there's a secret thing there. Cool. I guess that's why people like Sonic CD so much. There's some secret platforming right there. I didn't even think, I thought I was going to have to go through the bottom. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. Perfect. Okay, we're invincible, so we can actually use this to our advantage. We have a slope here. We have a slope. Let's hop over these guys. Yeah, that actually worked in our... Yo, that was pretty cool right there. That was actually a sick little sequence right there. Now we can walk slowly. Oh god. Okay. Walk right here. Pop a spin dash to be safe. Oh, it's gonna send me to the past. Nope, we're good. I don't want to go into the past. We got a level down, fellas. 1 level down. All right, we'll take it. Perhaps Zone 2 will not be as kind to us. Maybe there's going to be more secret platforms or something here. Watch out for that speed boost. We don't want to accidentally start getting our full speed. All right, platforms are falling. See, look at those. Those secret platforms could carry our momentum into a full run. Look at that. What's up with those? Why do they put those in the game? Yeah, there's so many different levels of platforming in CD. There's so many different levels. Usually there's like 3 levels. Okay, we are officially... Okay, we're good. Wow. Anytime I get into like a free-flowing spin dash, I get a little nervous. Got a slope there. Dodge the slope. Looks like we have some good platforming right there. But the more platforming, obviously, the better. The better that... Oh. Okay, stay. Okay, perfect, perfect. He did not go into a full run right there. I could have sworn it was going to happen. Yeah, that's it. Another level down, guys. Our title screen, rather. Okay, we have 2 loop-de-loops here. Let's hope we can go through. Slow down our spin dash. Okay, there we go. Boom. There we go. Boom. There we go. He dead. All right, 3 levels down in Sonic CD. Not so bad, fellas. Okay, wait. We have to... okay. They want us to go down this. He did not run, at least on camera. We're good. 3 levels down. All right, we got Collision Chaos. I think this is like a pinball-ish kind of level, so we're gonna have to watch out for certain things. Yeah, like I said, this game, lots of vertical platforming, which should work in our favor, but I think we could suddenly get dropped into a cliff at a moment's notice. Like, for example, right here. Did I run right there? Let's see. See what I mean by that? See what I mean? Frame by frame replay. If you take a look right here, there was about 2 frames. Very quickly, you would have never noticed it, but he did actually go into the full running animation. He did use his tails, so Sonic CD is eliminated with 3 levels, and now we move on to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Here we go. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Angel Island Act 1. I think when we did this challenge with Sonic, I think I got to Act 2. It looks like we have a platform over here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. All right, so this is Tails, and this is a loop-de-loop. So this could potentially end our run. Let's try to spin dash through. Hopefully... Oh, no, he ran. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to clear that part without running, so Sonic 3 is already eliminated. All right, here we go, guys. Tails in Sonic Advance 1. I don't think we'll get very far in this one, to be honest. Let's see what his full running animation is. Okay, he does use his tails, so this is the full animation. We also can't, of course, do this, which is flying. Let's go nice and slow, maybe up these slopes. We can't use our tail, so he also has a tail attack here, so we can't use this either. But we have an opportunity to spin dash here. Let's keep our tails going down. Let's just keep it. And nice. Did not end up using our tails right there. I think when I did this with Sonic, I also didn't get past the first level, so let's see what happens. Nice jumps over here. All right, we have an opportunity to run right there. I think jumping over that was a good move. Spin dash opportunity. Jump over this thing. This thing could certainly end our run. We want to stay away from it, but we do have to spin dash here, so let's go slow. Nice. Spin dash again, but go very, very slow. Cool. Did not use our tails right there. Just keep going up. Keep going up. When you see a slope, you jump into the valley of the slope. Watch out for this thing. Yeah, you're not going to get me today. All right, we have to spin dash through this part. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, cool. Looks like we have another slope here. Go slow. Go slow. Another slope. I think we are at the end. It seems like, yep, that's it. Sonic Advance 1. We were able to get a level down. There's a possibility that Act 2 may not be as kind to us. Just go nice and slow, Tails. You don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? Just jog up that hill. Get a nice little jog in. Brisk pacing. Okay, we got a slope. We got a slope. Go slow. Okay. I think I'm gonna go over this part. Oh, no, that part. Okay. We did not use our tails there. As you guys can see, that's it. You know, if you're at the top, you can maneuver around and maybe backtrack. You can't backtrack when you're at the bottom of the map. All right, we have another loop here, so I'm gonna pop a spin dash, but I'm gonna keep it slow. Keep it slow and controlled. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, good. Slow and controlled, and perfect. Let's jump over. Another spin dash opportunity. Did we use it right there? Let's take a look at the replay. Based off of the frame by frame replay, it looks like Tails for a split second, I believe 2 frames did actually go into his full running motion and used his tail. So Sonic Advance 1. I thought we were off to a good start, but after only 1 level, it is eliminated. All right, luckily for us, Tails is not playable in Sonic Advance 2. All right, I guess I gotta unlock him somehow. Maybe I could use a cheat code. All right, Advance 2, off to a running start. Okay, I was about to say, if they put him in a full running right away, let's see how does he run in this game? Let's see if Tails even runs at full speed in this game. Doesn't even look like he has one. Yeah, it looks like he can just run at full speed throughout this entire game. Okay, wait, I think I just saw... Okay, let's check out the instant replay and see if I ran. So if Tails gets hit with that like turbo boost mode, he will actually go into the full running animation and use his tails. I did try actually replaying the level, but I ended up getting caught in the same spot. So yeah, I definitely failed Sonic Advance 2 and we did not beat a single level. All right, so we're in Sonic Advance 3. Now, I've established that Tails can do the running animation like that, but he has to use Sonic Speed Boost. So I think as long as we don't do that, we should be okay. It looks like he doesn't really, you know, he doesn't get into a full sprint. So let's avoid that Chow, by the way. Let's see if Sonic can help us out. You know, maybe he'll get us to the promised land. Again, we can't fly because we're Tails, but I think we can run at full speed. I think we have full speed capability. Okay, no, he can't. Okay, so Tails... Okay, I've determined in the first level that Tails can use the tails if he goes full speed. So we'll try not to do that starting now. I just didn't... You know, I have to establish... Oh, okay. Good thing about Sonic Mania is that it's very similar to the original Green Hill Zone, which is also a pretty short level. So this is something that I can certainly breeze through without running through any of the slopes. And I had a little bit of practice by playing Sonic 1 earlier. So clearly I wouldn't make the same mistakes as I did with the first level, and we were able to beat it. Level 2 is obviously going to be a little bit bigger of a challenge, but for the most part, it has kind of like that Sonic CD philosophy with the vertical platforming. So it feels like so long as I'm keeping my pace and platforming and not falling down onto a slope, I'll be okay. And that's exactly what happened. But we did have to defeat the Eggman boss, which is an endless runner. And you can see why this is a massive problem, because when you hit the boss, he launches you out forward. So you have to be careful to not get launched to the point where you're actually going to be going into a full motion run. But I was able to carefully maneuver through the boss fight, keep my pace slow, manipulate the iframes to my advantage, and then defeat Eggman, which now brings us over to Chemical Plant. All right, Chemical Plant is certainly going to be, you know, like Sonic 2 is going to be one of those levels that like kind of tests us. I assume that we'll be able to get through this quick, considering that we basically did it already in 2. But we kind of have the path mapped out. I think it gets original in the second act, right? Is that where they start doing the original level stuff? Because this looks like regular Chemical Plant Act 1 to me. This section too, I think this section we can safely walk down. Oh, walk near the spring, but not on it, and then go down. Go down. Perfect. Same thing. Go towards the spring and then walk down. And then watch out for this thing. This thing can send us into a full sprint instantly. And we cleared it. Perfect. Sonic 2 is almost like a training ground for this one. Or does the level get original now? Oh, no, we're in this thing. Hopefully it doesn't... Oh, it launched me. All right, Sonic Superstars. Wow, this game looks visually good. I don't care what anyone says. This looks really good. Anyways... Let's progress through and see what happens. We know that Bridge Island can be a tough zone to not activate the full running animation, and I'll tell you why, because we have some boss battles, we have a lot of slopes. We're gonna have to find different routes to try to mitigate, you know, the possibility that we could potentially go into a slope. Like, for example, right here. Let's go over that. Maybe hop on this crab. You know what? We do have emerald powers. We do have emerald powers, and you know, these are fair game to use. I don't see why they aren't. We're gonna try to use those if we have to. If we get into a scenario where it seems like we're not gonna be able to get through the mission without using it. Okay, we have here we go. Let's make sure that we don't go too fast. There it is. Perfect. Like, that thing is coming for us, but maybe we can sprint. Maybe they made like an easy mode for this game, right? I don't know. I'm gonna see if we can do it though. Like, maybe there's... here he comes. Oh my god, I'm dead! All right, so I think I have a good idea for what we can do in this section. Let's, you know, run slow. Get this guy in position. And then I'll show you the big brain play that I have. I hope that it works. Because we have a time slow mechanic, right? So what happens if we use it? If we can use the time slow... Oh, he's... Doesn't seem like he's too affected by it. He seems like he's a pretty quick guy. I will say. I mean, I think we can make it through right here. What happens if we make it through? All right, we made it through. Yeah, time slow seems to have, you know, been the best mechanic right there. But it looks like we got the first level down, fellas. We got to see what Act 2 is all about. Like, this section right here, a little worried about, but I think we can... Yeah. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Did we do it right there? Let's see. Let's go to the instant replay because it could have happened. So if you look very closely, it looks like we do get it. But if you slow it down to frame by frame, and I mean literally each individual frame, you will notice that for 1 second, he actually hits the full running animation. He uses his tails. That's a good catch, but it looks like we failed Sonic Superstars after 1 level. Now, normally for the sake of a challenge like this, I would probably not count Sonic 4 Episode 2, but also at the same time, I feel like Tails is such an integral part of the story and the gameplay mechanics. So what we're going to do is try to run around with Sonic, and if Tails does end up flying or going full running animation, then we will count it as a loss. Let's see what happens. We just need to get to a point. I mean, there's going to be a soft lock. It just depends how far we get in this game. Like right here, for example. Can we get Tails to just kind of stay and not go too fast? And yeah, he definitely just used his tails right there. All right, Sonic Adventure time. We got Tails right here. Let's see if we can beat this game. I think this might be the one. Full running animation seems to be activated when he gets into a sprint. So as you can see, if his feet leave the ground and his tails are working, this will trigger the end of the challenge. The rules established. Let's head over to the Mystic Ruins. Let's try to go nice and slow too. I guess for us, it's all about going slow here. I think we have a boss battle coming up. Yep, that's it. We're going to fight Dr. Eggman. Hopefully he doesn't kill me. Let's see. Is he firing missiles at me? Can I dodge? Oh, I don't even have to move to dodge them. I just got to walk. Well, this is a relatively easy fight, so he's going to go right in front of me, and then he's going to get hit. With that being said, rinse and repeat, and let's kill the boss. Here we go. Boom. Dead. Now, for the next part of this challenge, we are going to have to go to Windy Valley, and this will be our greatest test yet. And let's pick up the crystal. And what's nice about having the Windstone also is that it's going to allow me to run full speed without having to worry about the tails moving, so that's good. We're into Windy Valley now, and I think this is where the soft lock may lie. Because we have to race against Sonic, which, you know, normally wouldn't be such a big problem. Where the issue lies is the fact that, you know, there's probably going to be some instances where there's a slope that could get in our way, or we just simply have to go full speed. Let's just focus on trying to get through the path. There we go. Look at Tails. There we go. That's all we have to do. He's not using his tails, and he has a decent amount of speed right here. Oh my. Is he moonwalking? This could be like a viral meme right here. All right, first obstacle cleared, but Sonic is getting pretty far ahead, so we have to figure out a way to keep up with that guy. We also don't want to go through those pads because it will activate his tails, so we're going to have to use this thing, I guess, and just try to avoid those at all costs. Up a little momentum, and now we can moonwalk all the way down. Oh, but we have an obstacle here. We have a big obstacle. Now, there's an automatically, you know, an automatic running spot over here, so we have to make sure we don't trigger it. Let's try to jump over this. Jump over here. Yeah, because that could have sent us into a full sprint. And now, yeah, we made it. All right, perfect. Biggest problem lies here, though. How are we going to get through this section? Could I theoretically put him into a ball? No, no, this might be a soft lock right here, guys. We have to, it looks like we kind of have to use our tails there. Yeah, I don't see how we don't use our tails there. Maybe there's a way, in theory, we can jump down this way. And maybe get to the, nope, he died. How do we get through this without, maybe if we go slow? No, he uses, you know, he gets into the full running animation there. So it looks like this is the soft lock right here. There's no way to get past that unless maybe there's a clever way to glitch. I don't know. All right, we got Sonic Adventure 2, and guess what Tails does in this game? He doesn't run. He doesn't use his tails. He's stuck in the mech for the entire game. I wonder if there's any instance where you can't even, first of all, his tails aren't even modeled when he's riding in the Cyclone 2, whatever the hell they call this thing. Dare I say, we found a game where we can beat it without, you know, using, oh, I just went backwards. Using our tails. All right, we got the last enemy over here, and I think this is the final corridor of the level. Yeah, look at that. No using our tails. Now, there's probably one place where Tails could use his tails, theoretically, in Sonic Adventure. Theoretically, it is possible to use his tails, like right here, but you'd have to be in the Chow Garden. Also, he can fly here. So, as long as I don't go into the Chow Garden like this, I should be able to beat all of Sonic Adventure 2 without using Tails' tails. So, I guess let's go ahead and beat Mission Street. All right, we made it through Mission Street, another level down. We got the driving stage, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds at home. I mean, quite literally, he will not use his tails whatsoever in this stage. All right, where's the president? Where is he? We're on a straightaway. I think we beat the level, so... Oh, there's the president. Hey, we found him. All right, so yeah, another level, no using our tails. Next up, we have Hidden Base. This is also yet another level, guys. I mean, I think we're good, okay, guys? Yep, we got another level down. Easy. Last but not least, we have Eternal Engine. So the Space Colony Arc level, this one will be pretty boring, but we will get it done. And it looks like SA2, you can beat it without using Tails. Pretty cool, huh? All right, next up, we got Sonic Heroes. So if Tails runs, he has the same running animation in this game, so we have to make sure that we go slow enough. As a matter of fact, we should make it so he never actually has to fly. So we're gonna try to go around here. Right, he's not using his tail still. I don't really know how we're gonna do this, to be honest. We're gonna have to go really slow. Oh boy, if he uses his tails at all, it's over. Realistically, just running his Knuckles is probably the best option. Even running up this loop-de-loop, right? There they are, Eggman's robots. Oh, it's telling us to fly right now. Well, I think we can actually just go through. Hopefully there's a spring over here. Yep, that's it. I don't know how much of this game we can do without activating the flight, but hey, listen, we'll give it a shot, right? Luckily for us, power seems to be the best play right here. We can even, boom, 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 boom. There's gonna be a point in time where we have to use the tails, though. That's my only concern. Let's try to, let's pop through here real quick. I'll tell you exactly what's gonna happen, though. I know exactly what's gonna happen. Okay, here we go. This could potentially be a flight section. Potentially. Low-canually could be... Nope, no, we're good, bro. Oh, we have a flight section here. Are we able to get through this without utilizing the flight capabilities? I think we could actually swap over to Sonic right here and get through. Yep, there we go. Oh my God, I just died. No. All right, we're up. Here we go. But yeah, the reason why we can't do this, guys, is because this is where Tails uses his tails. And yeah, looks like Sonic Heroes is eliminated. All right, next is Sonic 06, and we're using P06 because I don't have 06 emulators installed right now, so get over it, all right? But we got to see if we can beat the section with Tails. So first, we got to get over there. All right, here we go. We got Tails. So we can walk at a very brisk pace. We are probably going to have to fly at some point, I think. It's a nice day to take a nice stroll through P06. I mean, man, this looks great. But also, yeah, we got to somehow get over there. No flight either. Maybe this tree right here can work for us. Maybe we can walk up this tree. No, we can't walk on the trees. Yeah, Sonic's he's getting carried by that giant whale over there. I don't think we're gonna get very far. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's give it. Okay, yeah, there's no way. All right, Sonic 06 is eliminated. Okay, the portal is right here. We're gonna start a new playthrough of Final Horizons and see if we can beat Tails' story without, you know, flying. We start off as Amy, so we have to make sure we complete her playthrough. Let's try that again. What the hell was that all about? Okay, we got the emerald. Oh, now we got to play as this guy. All right. All right, now we finally unlocked the fox. So what do we have to do? His full running animation is this. He's not using his tails. And when you boost, that's when he's going to use his tails. So essentially, we can't boost. With that being said, we're going to have to find our way through this entire place right now. So what I think I'm going to do is talk to this guy to unlock some skill points first. Let us not forget that Tails also has the ability to fly. So just like this, I can't fly and I can't boost because that will use his tails. Obstacle number 1 is right here. We have to search for the Coco device. So it's probably going to want us to make use of Tails' flight abilities, clearly. Is there another way? Maybe we hit this, right? And then go up, but we don't actually use the flight. There it is. Cool. Maybe we don't have to use flight. But I would find it very hard to believe that they might not make his flight a useful thing. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's see if we can do it now. Go up. Oh, where are we going? Over here? Oh my God, so close. All right, we made it back here, so we kind of know where we have to go. I think this is it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And what is this going to do for us? This is going to bring us upwards. But where exact? Okay, that was literally for nothing. But actually, maybe I can... Nope. How about we unlock the Psy Loop? Because maybe this could work out in our favor. I think the best course of action to fly without using Tails is to unlock the Cyclone, because that's how we were able to beat Sonic Adventure 2. But we're going to need 30 skill pieces, so let's go find them. All right, we were able to make it by launching off of that platform over there to this Coco to get more skill pieces. So the goal basically has been to just quick Psy Loop for XP points this entire time, but I think I'm at 21. Level 21, so I need to get to level 30 right now so I can basically stop using Tails. After all that scavenging, there was one literally right here on the floor. Awesome. Brings us up to level 27. We just need a little bit more to get to 30, and I think we'll have this challenge pretty much unlocked for the most part. All right, we have finally achieved 30 skill points, and now we can go into our skill tree and purchase the Cyclone Boost. Now that we have the Cyclone Boost, let's see one thing real quick. So if I have max rings and I boost, oh, he does use his tails. Look right there. Guys, look, he uses the tails. So Cyclone Boost, this grand scheme strategy that I had, is actually out of the question. So there's basically only one way that we can do this, and that's by unlocking the Spin Dash. That's basically our last hope. Need 40 points for that, though. Jeez. Okay, there we go. Back up. Now, let's, you know what? Boom. Nice. We did it. Perfect. Now that we have 40 skill pieces, all we have to do is purchase our Spin Dash, which is going to give us the most, height possible. All right, so we made it onto this. Now, all we have to do is... Oh, okay. Oh, okay, come on, man. Really? Okay, there we go. We spun dash. Do we spun dash or spin dash? It's like the past tense, but listen, guys, when you're a genius, you go outside the box and you figure out the challenges that are laid against you. Next part of the challenge is to locate the Coco device. All we have access to is the spin dash. We cannot fly, so let's see if we can make it through at least these parts. So they want us to fly here. Is there a way to gain some height without having to utilize, Okay, let's go around, maybe? Okay, so let's go into our skill tree and pick up the wrench attack. I think that's something that it wants me to do. All right, now that we have the wrench attack, let's head back to where we were before, and hopefully we can utilize our spin dash to get there. Double jump. So now I think if I use wrench attack, seems like they're gonna give us a lot more flexibility to do things. How about this? Some clever and crafty movement can get us right here. Okay. Now what? Is there a way to spin dash up? Perhaps? No. Guys, I don't think this is gonna work. All right, so after exploring the map for a while, it doesn't seem like there's a way to get to the top of this area without utilizing Tails' flight. Perhaps it could have been possible if right here there was a way to get up to the next platform, but even then they try to utilize Tails' flight. So it looks like we're gonna have to do this, and we have failed the challenge.